Hi, my name is Brian Finn. I'm a first-year student here at Columbia, and we're at a business school right now, and it seems to me a lot of the villains in this whole credit crisis were business school graduates. To what extent do you guys think that business schools like Columbia were, in some sense, responsible for what transpired in the credit crisis?
Well, remember that capitalism has been massively successful. You know, standard of life, medicine, all these great things have come out of it. And business schools play a role in training people to think about value, leadership. There's wonderful skills that are taught at great schools like this. And so the fact that, yes, we've had a crisis and we've dropped back, you know, maybe we wasted 2 or 3 years net because of the things that were done wrong, that doesn't say that business schools aren't performing a great service. You know, the case studies of this crisis will be taught here for decades to come, and so at least we'll get that benefit out of the pain we went through. Leverage is a very dangerous thing, and perhaps, you know, Warren talked about derivatives as weapons of mass destruction. That wasn't much heeded, and yet at the end of the day what happened here was, particularly in the real estate sector, the notion of risk, that price would drop down and what that meant systemically for those instruments, it wasn't well understood, and the mass destruction followed as predicted.
Warren, can you teach ethics in a business school, or does it have to come from somewhere else?
I mean,
can you teach ethics at a business school?
Well, I think the best place to learn ethics is in the home. I mean, I think most of us get our values from what we see around us before we get to business school. I think that it's important to emphasize them, but I think that if I had a choice of having great education on ethics early on in the home, or as a course in the school later on, I would choose the home. The wonderful thing about it is, in this country, is you can succeed magnificently with ethics. I mean, it's not a hindrance. I mean, it's a help sometimes, it's a neutral sometimes, but it's not a hindrance at all. And to cut corners, you know, everybody here has a wonderful future. I mean, this is an economy you're going into that's so much better. If you look back on the 19th century, we had 7 great bank panics. I mean, if you look back at the 20th century, we had the Great Depression and world wars and flu epidemics. I mean, this country doesn't avoid problems; it just solves them. And in the next 100 years, our machine will sputter again. You know, and maybe 15 years will be so-so years, but there'll be 85 great years. And during the 20th century, the Dow went from 66 to 11,400. So this is fertile soil that you're working in, and there's no reason to cut corners.